Good morning, student. Welcome you all in the illumination and electrification of building video lecture session. In the previous video, we were say about the general requirements, factory lighting, industrial light fittings, types of lamps, maintenance, lighting scheme for factories or characteristic of factory lighting, then street lighting, railway platform lighting, lighting for advertisement or hoardings, flood lighting, its meaning, purpose, specific requirement, and the numericals on over it. In this session, we start with the remaining numerical on the floodlights, then sport lighting, in that categories of sports, illumination requirements, categories of sports fixed by international authority, general illumination in lux for sports, television coverage sports, then luminance variation recommendation for external sports lighting, lamp used for sport lighting, and agriculture and horticulture field. Let us start with the problem or numerical. Two lamp posts, nothing but a pole, are 10 meters apart from each other and fitted with 100 candle power per ampere, each at the height of 5 meters above the ground. Means lamp fittings is mounted on the pole which is situated from 5 meter above the ground, and the distance between two poles are 10 meters. So calculate illumination under each lamp and the illumination at midway between the lamp. So let us start with the formula to find out the illumination under each lamp. So we have a formula, that is candle power divided by height square is equals to 100 divided by 5 square, as the 5 is the height, 5 meter is the height from the ground. So it gives value 4 lux for the illumination under lamp. Then illumination midway between the lamps. For that, we have to use a same formula which is used in previous problem, that is by according to Pythagoras theorem we have to find out the cos phi. So let us start with the illumination midway between the lamps, that is 2 cp candle power into cos phi divided by d square, that is the distance square. So we have to find out d square. So according to Pythagoras, its value gives 7.0706. So cos phi is 0.7071. So illumination midway between the lamp is 2 into candle power and cos phi, that is 2 into 100 into 0.7071 divided by distance square d square. It gives value 2.8284 lux. So as seen from this problem, the illumination under lamp is more than the illumination at the midway of this two lamp or two pole. Next one is sport lighting. Categories of sports. It having two categories, that is indoor sports and outdoor sports. While in indoor, a game like table tennis, badminton, carom, etc. are played. In outdoor, football, hockey, cricket, basketball, soccer, etc. are played. The elimination method and the schemes are different for these two categories. Even for the same category, elimination levels may be different. Means for the indoor sports, the elimination level for different game, elimination levels are different for a different game, as they both sports or both events are played in indoor ground. For some group sports, the same scheme may be used. That is elimination scheme for some sports group, the same. Maybe it is like table tennis, or it is like for badminton. The same elimination scheme is adopted for these two games. The next is elimination requirements for outdoor sports. There is only flood lighting applications where the values of recommended illuminance are commonly greater than those required for interiors. This is lighting of large areas for spectacular or spectator sports. Means those games are played for in the outdoor ground. Generally, flood lightings are provided to achieve the lux level or the illumination on the working ground. Many times, interior sports are also use flood lighting techniques. In stadium, spectator may need to see relatively small detail and fast movement at a distance of 150 meter or more. Some events or some games are television broadcasting. So to broadcasting these events, we have to set or we have to achieve the illumination level on that much amount to telecasting purpose. To achieve this, the illuminance will need to be higher than the strictly detected by the visual needs of the players. In many sports events where televisions are provided for a relay, the demand of camera system may require even higher illuminance than the need of spectator. It means due to telecasting of sports, whatever the illuminations are required for the player is more required than is more required for the telecasting purpose. The level of illuminance depends on the size and speed of critical object, which obviously vary from sports to sports. Means objects are vary from sport to sports, and object size and speeds are also different, at which is depend upon the game or the event. Therefore the level of illumination are also different. Second thing is on the standard of play or competitions. Means the standardization of that play or of that event or of that competitions are very important. As per this, the level of illumination is depends. Means suppose some games are or some competitions are national level, some competitions are district level, some competitions are international level. So according to that, the standardization of that game or competitions, the illumination levels are depends. Categories of sports fixed by international authority. So there are some categories which is determined by the international authorities. They have set 6 standards categories under which that the competitions are held. First one is recreational sports. It means the games with the traditional games are comes under that uh, category. Suppose in India there are different games or many games are played since 4000 years. Likewise, kabaddi, kho, etc. So these are the games which is recreational. Along with this, the crickets, badminton are also played in India. Second one is supervised training and practices. Third one is club. Many countries having a club, such they are played games in between the clubs, or the competitions are held in between the clubs. Such games are football, basketball, etc. Counties there, then national level games are there, international games are there. This does not necessarily mean there are six distinct illuminance values for every sport. Individual governing bodies sometimes group these categories in different ways. The sports like tennis, soccer, rugby, baseball, etc. are played on the areas for which the dimensions are closely specified. For such particular plays, lighting with standard pole and footlight layouts to be recommended. The footlights are often aimed at right angles to the main direction of play, with the pole sighted sufficiently far back from the sides of the area to ensure that players will not collide with them, and to ensure that the near side lines are adequately lit. It means whatever the lights we have to provide on that the ground which is not obstacleable for the players, so that the falls or the game falls happen very less. For economic reason, the number of poles is kept to be minimum, commensurate with providing reasonable uniformity, which frequently means large lumen packages at each position. It means for economic reason they are having use minimum number of poles, but on the pole they are using number of filament bunched lamps. This increase the possibility of glare in viewing direction towards this group, so floodlights are mounted as high as practicable. So this is the height consideration to avoid glare to viewing for the players as well as for the obstacles. The general illumination in lux for sports. For the badminton court, 330 lux levels are recommended. For the carom hall, 110 lux level are recommended. For the table tennis hall, 330 lux level are recommended. For a basketball court, 220 lux levels are recommended. Now, for the television coverage sports like soccer, take a look for the soccer field where such spectator sports in a large stadium where television coverage is required. Therefore, illuminance related to the camera takes priority. So, for the telecasting or for the broadcasting purpose, the requirement of illumination level is more than the without broadcasting of television game. So next one is for the sports rugby. having a level of illumination which is used to telecasting these competitions or event. Then the television coverage sports for the ice hockey. Take a look for the ice hockey competitions. See the level of illumination is for the ice hockey competition on the ground, which is very high intensity at the middle portions or areas. Now for the athletics, see the level of illumination to the athletic ground. For the baseball, they are having a floodlights, tower of floodlights, and a screen also included in the ground. And see the illumination level for the baseball ground. The next, swimming pool. The various competitions are held for the swimming, national and international level. For that purpose, see the illumination scheme which is adopted for the swimming pool. The next, table tennis field. Here the various table tennis courts are arranged in that under that indoor hall. So upon the table tennis court, the level of illumination we can identify the intensity of illumination on the court and as well as on the stadium. The next, tennis field. Here the level of illumination on tennis field. Then next, for the badminton field, say the luminaries are installed over the badminton court. Then the hockey field. See here, a cameraman is recorded and telecasted to the broadcasting purpose or television set purpose in the hockey competition. Then basketball field. See the level of illumination on the ground of basketball or court of the basketball. And of course for the cricket, a stadium having a lot of illumination along with the screen which is installed over the ground. In the carom hall, the level of illumination over the tables. The next, luminance variation, recommendation for external sports lighting. Take a look for the table having applications and variation of illumination in critical place measurement, which is uniformly and diversity. And along with this, a gradient maximum distance over which 20% change in illumination occur. For the spectator sports area, the uniformly minimum or average is 0.20 and for the diversity is 0.10, where the gradient maximum illumination occur is 3 meter. For the sports training areas, it is uniformly minimum per average is 0.10 level of illumination critical, and for diversity fact it is 0.05. and for gradient maximum distance it's 2 meter. For the television or filming purpose, the variation of illuminance in critical plane is 0.66, and for diversity it is 0.4 and 0.5, which is for vertical and horizontal purpose, and where the gradient maximum distance is 4 meter. Now the lamps used for sports, for the indoor games, whitish color fluorescent tube light are used, and for the outdoor games, metal halide lamps, halogen lamps or flood lamps are used. The next new point is agriculture and horticulture. In India, the agriculture and horticulture fields is the main prime uh, areas which is contributing for the economy of India. So this area require a general lighting system, but special lighting are expected as per the illumination engineering field. The requirements are different and explained, which explained by the standard illumination schemes. This area includes agricultural land, pumping on wells, water subcanals, farmhouse, servants' huts, bullock shed, storage place, greenhouses, etc. If this place is away from the town or city at some remote place where electric supply is not available, then that the lighting is managed by DC set, it means diesel generator set. If electric line is available, then three-phase supply is used for the pumping purpose, that is water lifting purpose. Somewhere a single phase supply is also used, and this supply which is also utilized for the lighting purpose. Light sources or luminaries where at dark hours high pressure sodium vapor lamp or high pressure mercury vapor lamps are also suitable. To coverage large areas, flood lighting mounted on heighted place are also used. In the greenhouse, fluorescent tubes, CFLs, metal halide lamps of different wattages like 75, 250 watt, 450 watt, sodium vapor and mercury vapor lamp may be also used in the greenhouse. For growth of plants along with the humidity, water and sunlight, they are using supplementary light also, which is essential to maintain temperature to growth of plants or crops. Now take a look for the flood lighting in agriculture field. Here in this picture, a flood lighting is placed on heighted towers, which is used to cover the large areas on the farm. The next picture shows for the illumination as well as for the growing of crops or fruits, they are using a number of lamps in the field. Then Take a look for the horticulture field where to growing of plants or fruits they are using water sprinkler as well as supplementary light to maintain the temperature, humidity, and artificial sunlight or artificial light. Under the shade, various or number of colored lamps are also used for growing of plants reason purpose. So along with the illumination purpose as well as for the plant purpose, the lighting system is adopted in agriculture as well as in horticulture field. This ratio is very large in western countries farming field than the Indian farming field. So today we stop over here.